Okay, if you're watching this after the fact, I am just going to be posting this so everyone can join. All right, guess I can move this down a little bit. So today is Saturday, November 14th, and this is Angel Messages for the Going Beyond members. So as you're coming in, please come say hi to me. I want to make sure that you can hear and see me okay. Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you again. Hi, Leslie, Kath. It's so nice that I'm recognizing names. Hi, Bernadette. Welcome. Samantha, Carol. Very nice. Greetings. Oh, thank you. You know, the fall is my allergy season. It's nothing new, but it seems like it's hitting us a little bit worse this year, doesn't it? Hi, Sharon, Jillian, Helene. Yes. I did put out a new video last night, though. YouTube was busy censoring it. It took me 4 hours to get that uploaded because they were so busy censoring. Hi, Blue Jean. Nice to see you again. Hi, Jean. Welcome. But it's nice to see, though, that all of my readings so far are really just sort of playing out the way I thought they would. So that makes me feel, very assured. I sleep good at night. On election night, I went to bed my usual at 8 o'clock. Hi, Mark. Nice to see you. Thank you, Blue Jean. Okay, so let's begin. So if anybody is new to this, hi, True Colors Tarot. Lovely to have you here. If anyone is new to um, this is the Angel Tarot by Jane Wallace. And the cards are rather large, much bigger than tarot cards, more like oracle cards. And they look like that. And, they have these beautiful pictures of the angels. So, what I do is a very specific spread. It's one to help you manifest your wishes. It's called the Manifest My Wish spread. And so if you're blocked with something, if there's something that you've been trying to manifest and you just can't, um, this is, the perfect deck. This is the perfect spread for that. Let me move this down a little bit. So if you want to begin asking your questions, I'll begin doing the spread and answering them. So it's something that you're trying to manifest that you've been blocked with. Like you're trying to manifest a new relationship. You're trying to manifest more peace in your life. You're trying to manifest better health. So whatever it is you're trying to manifest, put that in the form of a question in the comments, okay? And I answered a lot of people last time. I slept good that night. The last time we did this, I slept good. So go ahead, write your questions. I hope everyone's doing great on this Saturday. Okay, so Purple Lotus, how do you manifest your life partner? Okay. And I also do ask that everybody only asks one question so I can get to as many people as I can. So let me give the cards a really good shuffle here, Purple Lotus. Love the name, by the way. And let's just tune into your energy a little bit. Okay. Okay, so kind of funny. So your situation right now, Purple Lotus, this would be the Hermit card in the tarot. In this deck, it's the Angel of Reflection, but in the tarot too, the Hermit is also reflective and introspective and meditative. So right now, your situation is the Hermit. You are all by yourself. When that happens, I just take it as validation from Spirit that you're on track here with the reading. So, what would your wish bring you? So, if you were to actually manifest a partner, you get the Temperance card or Angel of Peace. So, it would bring sort of like this balance and harmony to your life. And I think maybe that's what you're looking for is balance to that sense of independence that you're having. Um, your blocks, the Angel of Independence. So, kind of funny. You're kind of blocking it because you feel extremely independent. And so you have to really imagine yourself being in that partnership. Not that it's wrong or bad to be independent. I'm very independent. It's not bad. Um, so for the advice for you to take from the angels, you get the angel of guidance. And in the tarot deck, this would be the chariot. So the chariot is all about taking some action, it's about moving forward. Um, so the advice is you have to sort of, okay, you're independent, that's fine, recognize it, deal with it. But then you have to take action and you have to actually do something to meet someone. Now, realistically, we're in a pandemic. That's not easy, right? So, I don't know for you if maybe it would be online, but you need to take some sort of action, the cards are saying. And then the outcome is beautiful. If you do, the universe is going to support this. This would be the star card in the tarot, in the angel tarot. It's the angel of hope. So, this is really beautiful. The star card is all about wishes coming true. So I think if you just show the universe a little bit of initiative and really place your intentions, make it clear to the universe you want to be in a partnership. Use that law of attraction saying, I am so happy and grateful that I'm in a soulmate relationship, that sort of thing. Okay. All right, Purple Lotus. So it's coming, but it's a little bit up to you, isn't it? Okay, so Cath 411, healing your back injury. I know I have so many viewers and clients I know that have back injuries. Back injuries are so miserable. I have a sibling that has one. Um, it really can take away from your quality of life, can it? Oh, good. You're welcome, Purple Tower. Purple. I was gonna call you Purple Tower. Ooh, I like that too. Like you're growing heavenwards. Um, so yeah, back injuries are really, really miserable. And of course, too, the person in my family that has the back injury, he's supposed to be getting injections in a couple of weeks, but they're already shutting down all the elective surgeries and all that. So, ay, ay, ay. Oh, wow. That's pretty profound. I'm doing a clarifier on that one because that's really, I think this is going to be a case, Kath, that we do carry a lot of stress and emotions in our back. This is really, really clear. Okay, so let me read this to you. So, your situation right now is you get the card of uncertainty. You don't know where this is going, right? Things are uncertain. But what would your wish bring you if you were to have your back healed? You literally get the card. I don't know if you can see that. The card says healing. So, your wish is to be healed. So, that's validation from spirit that spirit's here and listening to you. Now, for your blocks, I pulled 3 cards, and they're almost all the same. Your blocks are loss, having a sense of loss, okay? Endings, okay? I would say that's like needing to let things go. And then burdens. This is all real like emotional, heavy, heavy emotions, endings, loss, burdens. You're putting all of your stress and negative energy into your back for sure. Jean, I do want to open your throat chakra. Okay, your throat chakra question. I'm going to get to that next. Okay. So, advice for you to take from the angels. I know, sorry, Kath. Um, Advice to take from the angels. I pulled two cards on this. One is to trust. Have trust in the universe that, this first of all can be healed. But also you did get decisions. And what I am feeling with the decisions is two things. One, you need to make the decision that you are really done with this back injury and you are really truly ready to release all of those negative energies. You're willing to do the work, and because it's not always easy and sometimes it does involve living some of these past traumas, which isn't fun. But I also think that there is a better doctor in your future. Um, when I go into your doctor's energy, I don't really like it, I'll be honest. He seems a little bit narrow-minded. I think there's more options out there. I think there's things that you haven't explored. Now, if you do all of this, you get the Empress, which is the angel of abundance. And so that's like getting all those good things that you want to come. So, I think a little bit of this depends upon you and how much inner work you're willing to do. There's a lot of inner work with this for sure. We do carry a lot of stress in our backs, our necks, our shoulders. And so you really do need to truly release it. Whether that's through like psychotherapy, whether that's Reiki, maybe it's a combination of things. But I think your story, I mean, you saw that I did three cards for your blocks, and yikes. Okay, so Jean, open throat chakra. You've tried meditation and you still can't unblock it. What can I do in additional self esteem? So let's take a look at what your throat chakra issue is, Jean. To open your throat chakra is so important because that's where we are able to communicate ourselves from. That's our ability to speak our truth. And a lot of times, I've seen with clients that their throat chakras get closed because it wasn't encouraged or allowed for them at some point in their lives, either as children or maybe through a negative relationship, that they weren't allowed to actually be themselves. They weren't allowed to speak freely. Um, and then, yeah, damage happens, and it's really, frustrating, isn't it? So let's take a look. Hmm. Wow. Really, really telling, Gene. So your situation right now, you're in the decision phase. So you have to make the decision that you truly want to do this, because it is, obviously possible to open it. So you have to make that firm decision, make your intent clear to the universe. Um, what your wish would bring you. Really interesting. There's a lot of control issues here that's coming up. It will bring you more choices in your life. Almost like having it closed off is limiting your choices and your ability to be you and live your life the way you want to. So, your blocks and what is really getting in the way, um, pretty telling. Endings. You need to let go of something. um, there is something that you do really need to let go of. There's something that you need to end. There's something that you need to let be in the past. And when I pulled another card, just so I could see a little deeper into this, your other block is determination. So your situation now is trying to make the decision to do it. Your block is determination. You need to be more determined to move forward with this. And interestingly enough, the advice from the angels, I don't know if you can see that, the angel of commitment. So you have to make the decision, you have to be determined, and then make the commitment to really do it. And if you do all of this, really interesting, you get back control. It's really interesting how this has a lot to do with control, making decisions, being determined, being committed. So that tells me that it's not going to be easy, but your blocks, I would say, have are more psychological in nature. There's things like from your past that are cropping up on you. And you're just going to have to deal with them. Um, and there's lots of ways of dealing with them, psychotherapy, Reiki, crystal therapy, it goes on and on and on. So let me see. True Colors Tarot. What's blocking you from manifesting a service that will truly help people? Let's take a look. Oh, that's interesting. So True Colors, you have a lot of angels already around you. I don't know if you've called them in intentionally, but you do, and they feel like they are under the order of Archangel Raphael. They have like this really lovely healing quality to them. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, wow, this is, like, really beautiful. I love this. Okay, so sort of like with the last reading, your situation right now is uncertainty, right? Two of Swords, you're at a crossroads, you have to make a decision, right? So but also too with the tarot, Two of Swords, she also has that blindfold on, so make sure you take the blindfold off and you're seeing everything for what it is, you're looking at the whole picture. If you were to manifest the service that helps people, um, it would bring you celebrations. So oh, Archangel Raphael is your angel. Well, that's validation, he's with you. Um, so yeah, you'd be so happy, you'd be joyous, you'd be celebrating if this worked. Your blocks, now this is really interesting. Your blocks to doing this, isolation. You're trying to do it alone. When I asked for some validation on this, like, what does this mean? You get the card of partnership. So you're trying to do it all alone, and this is saying you need to bring in others to help you. I feel like this project is bigger than just you. So, and I know it's hard, particularly in a pandemic, but you need to reach out and get some support. Advice from the angels for you to take is preparation. So, have you really laid out all the plans? Have you gone into details, like every single thing you're going to need to do? Really prepare as if it's going to happen. Okay. Don't entertain the thought that it's not going to happen. Really put it out there that it's going to happen. And then do all of the preparatory work that you need to do. Okay. So it is true. You've been trying to do it alone. So the outcome, and this, I love this, the outcome, if you do all of that, you get some support and you really do the preparation work, the outcome is love. And so whatever it is that you're trying to manifest is going to give love to others. And no wonder I saw Archangel Raphael, right? He is the angel of healing and love. He's associated with the heart chakra. So, he's with you. Tap into his energies because you have a good idea, but now you need to really solidify it and make it real. Okay? All right. Oh, you got full body chills. Love that. Okay, so Catherine, you feel like you've been forced into a retirement. Oh, I'm so sorry. So let's see. So Catherine. Yeah, that's really tough. I years ago I had someone in my family that happened to, and some of these companies aren't really fair, are they? They'll let you work for them for years or your whole lifetime, and then they don't pay back. Oh, good true colors. Yes, when you get full body chills, that's how you know spirit's on track. Oh, Jean, it was right on the money. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Yes, blessings to you, true colors. That's why I love doing these readings. I know it takes a bit of time, but it really does help a lot of people. I love this deck and I love doing the spread. Hmm. Interesting. I really like this, Catherine. Okay, and my guide is saying to me, that company may have forced you into retirement, but you're not really actually going to retire. I see you starting a side business. I really do. All right, so let me read this to you. Your situation right now, you get the moon card, okay? And the moon is all about the unknown, the subconscious, the things that we can't see, right? It's the opposite of the sun card. So you're a little bit in the dark right now. You don't really know what to do. So once again, validation from spirit. That's how I take it. What would your wish bring you? So if you were to actually like be able to manifest something that's fulfilling that brought you an income, what would that bring you? And I love this, and you'll see why in a minute. Inspiration. Inspiration. Okay. Your inspiration comes from your second chakra. If you're doing your chakra work, that's your sacral chakra, that orange chakra. When that's nice and open, you get all sorts of creative ideas and inspiration. Your blocks. So your blocks to manifesting this, look at this. Stress. Stress. So tell the universe what you want, not what you don't want. The universe is a mirror, right? So if you put out, I'm stressed, I'm worried, I don't have a good way of spending my time, I'm not getting enough cash, then you're telling the universe what you don't want. And it's just a mirror. So it's just going to keep throwing back to you more stress and worry. Use the law of attraction saying, I'm so happy and grateful that I have manifested a beautiful retirement. One where you are creative, inspired, and still making money. Advice from the angels to follow inspiration. Here we get ideas. Start coming up with some ideas. Even if they seem outlandish, start writing them down. Draw down, all of that wonderful energy from the angels, from your spirit guides, and come up with some good ideas. Interesting now, your outcome, if you do that, you get the angel of creativity. So, there's inspiration, there's ideas, there's creativity. There's a lot of room for you to grow, okay? Um, your song isn't done being sung, right? There's an act 2 for you, and that's what I am seeing. So, Catherine, don't be surprised if you're starting up this side business that is just filled with, like, inspiration and great ideas. um, it's going to be something that you're passionate about. It's going to be something that you enjoy. So just, your block is stress. So be careful of what you're putting out to the universe. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. Candy, you want to know about a new home. That makes a lot of sense, Catherine. Perfect. I know sometimes like when a job ends, things like feel so final and done, and you've lost a bit of your identity. But if you belong to my book club, and you read The New Earth, we talk a lot about that, letting go of those labels. You know, there's a whole nother act to your life. Okay. It's not done. It's not done. All right. So Candy, In your existing community, okay. So first of all, I am feeling that it is possible. Um, I'm feeling more like energetic blocks, which is probably finances, I'm assuming. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, wait, Candy, how stressed out are you, like, really stressed out and upset about this situation? Because your cards are looking like you're really, feeling some those, like, low vibrational emotions. That's not really helpful. How are you feeling about this? So you've been waking up at night with a weird stressed feeling? Yeah, you're getting, like, all these cards about stress and worrying and you know what? It's actually blocking things for you. So your situation right now is that you're stressed. And so stress will always, and you're not typically stressed, interesting. So stress will always block whatever you're trying to manifest, unfortunately. But what would this wish bring you? If you were to get this wonderful home, a sense of victory. Um, and in the tarot card, the tarot deck, the Ace of Swords is about because it's an ace, new beginnings. And new beginnings where you're really like living your truth and it's a great card. So yeah, your wish would definitely make you happy, obviously. Your blocks. Now see, this is why I was asking. Your blocks is happiness. The angel of happiness comes up. And interestingly enough, I'm going to point this out to you. This is the Sun card in the tarot, which is also enlightenment. So your block is happiness and enlightenment. Um, and I point that out because look at the advice. I drew two cards because I wasn't quite sure what the message was, but the two cards are almost identical. You get the Hierophant and the High Priestess, literally the two most spiritual cards in the deck. You're experiencing a spiritual blockage. Um, your blocks is enlightenment. The advice that they want you to take is to become more enlightened, deepen your spirituality, and you're blocking it with your stress. Um, so I would highly recommend doing more meditations, calming down that stress energy, feeling more connected to spirit, to the angels, to your spirit guides. Really open up your third eye chakra so you can get in those messages. And then look at this, your outcome. Can you see that? It says home. It says home. So, okay, so you are meditating, then I would say you need to direct your meditations specifically towards like more spiritual awakening, becoming more spiritually enlightened. Um, let me ask, let me ask my guide. What else does she need to do? Oh, okay, so your guide jumped in there. Your guide is Palladian, so I don't know if you feel like you have several guides, but the one that stepped forward is Palladian. And she is saying, you need to feel that connection to the Pleiades. And she's like, we've been trying to give you information. We have downloads of information for you. You're not getting them. She's trying to get into your dreams. She's trying to leave you messages in your dreams. And you're saying that you're waking up feeling stressed. I don't think that's her intention. She's trying to give you messages. Um, Her name is Kylana. Kylana, like Kylana. So I suggest that you meditate with Kylana, and really focus on that beautiful Palladian energy of love and light. Um, because she has so much she wants to give you. Okay. Oh, I said something similar before? Oh, that's funny. Well, I guess that's how you know spirit's really here, right? Um, you do have this wonderful group of Palladians around you. I can't like try to get into each one of their names, but yeah, you have all these great ones. So make sure that you're asking a question that these cards can that they can answer. Okay, so Helene, will I ever see the one I'm looking for? You're 68. So Helene, can you just clarify for me? Are you asking about like a potential partner? Are you asking about a partner? Yes. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's take a look. You're welcome, Candy. Okay. So make sure that you're asking questions that the cards can answer. So these cards are talking about a blockage to your manifestations. So you're trying to manifest something, a new relationship, a new home, a new job, more peace, better health. Ask ask a question that the cards can answer. Some of you are asking like a little bit more general questions, but this session is specifically for the well, we call it manifest my wishes. Actually, that's what Jane Wallace calls it, anyways. The maker of the cards. Okay. Okay, so I get the sense from the cards, Helene, that you may have had like a really bad experience in the past with a relationship. Um, because your situation right now is healing. And so it sounds like you need to do a little bit of healing with your heart chakra. So, sometimes, and you may say, well, yeah, I think I've done all that work. But if it's coming up in today's reading, that kind of tells me that, no, you really haven't. There is something left to heal. So it's really hard to move forward if you still have some of those old energies, some of that heartache or brokenheartedness. So I think the cards are trying to say to you, you need to let go of some of those um, bad feelings, or maybe you even had like a really terrible relationship that you just need to let go of. And really interesting. The reason why I'm saying this is okay. So what would this wish bring you? It bring you progress. So right now you're healing, and if you were to be in a relationship, that would be a lot of progress for you. The cards are saying. So that's really nice. But it also tells me that you need to, start to make this progress. Ruthie, and ask about a blockage that you're trying to manifest. So your blocks, really interesting. You get the card of freedom. And so that kind of tells me there's a part of you that actually is pretty happy being alone. You enjoy your freedom. So you're going to have to make that like real determination to actually want to give up some of that freedom, because you're going to have to sacrifice some of it. So that's your block. So advice for you to take. You get the angel of hope. So that's right, Helene. Okay. The angel of hope. So get your energies aligned with the universe. Stay hopeful. This is the star card in the tarot. So this is about wishes coming true and faith, hope, inspiration. So don't give up. This is what this card is saying. Don't give up. So the advice from the angels is maintain that hope that you're going to do it. Um, because if you start telling the universe anything different, it's gonna start giving you that. And then for the outcome, angel of happiness. You know, so you're meant to be in a relationship with somebody, clearly. But you are blocking it because you do enjoy your freedom. You do have a little bit of healing work that you got to do with your heart chakra, okay? But once you do that, you'll be able to move on, okay? And remember, your advice is to not give up. Keep the hope, keep the faith. Lucky, that's not a question. That's not talking about a blockage. So once again, everybody, I can only ask the tarot about blockages that you are trying to unblock so you can manifest something. Are you sure, Nancy, that you don't want to ask a question? Okay, so Cheryl, you are having some blocks with communicating with your guides. Okay. I mean, I can already sense your guide. So your guides feel pretty approachable. They're around. You have a few guides, you have some angels there. Also picking up on a grandmother. Okay, I'll do yours next, Nancy. Let me write that down so I don't forget it. Okay. Yeah, so it's not like your guides aren't willing to communicate with you, so that's a good thing. I've never seen that happen anyways, but yeah, they're here. They are here. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay, I really like this. Okay, so your situation right now, Cheryl, you're sort of like in the ideas phase with this. You're trying to come up with like different ideas, different thoughts, different approaches and ways that you can connect with your guides, right? But you haven't figured out which one actually is going to work for you. What would your wish bring you if you could connect with your guides? You get the card of comfort. Yeah, it is absolutely comforting to connect with these wonderful beings that love us to death. So, yes, it is comforting. Your block is trust. And what I'm getting from your guide is that you have heard your guides. You have heard them. You're not trusting the process. You're not trusting the messages. You're second guessing yourself. You're allowing doubt to creep in. Um, Trust. Have trust. Advice, and I like this a lot. This is the Magician card. So he is all about a new beginning where you manifest your desires into reality. Um, and he does this by really honing his powers and really focusing his intentions. But this also tells me that you're in for like a new beginning where you're manifesting your desires. And the outcome is inspiration. So almost like maybe you've been a little bit blocked, but once you start hearing your guides, um, you'll start feeling, more creative and inspired and, because it is a beautiful thing. I saw you asked a question. Um, do they sound different than the voice in your head? Everybody hears them differently. I am not clairaudient. So I don't actually hear. When I say that I hear my guides, I am not physically hearing. I'm actually much more clairsentient. Like I get more of a knowing, but the ideas that they're giving me are very clear. Like they give me specific words, they give me sentences. Um, so you may need to just trust that the message that you're getting is actually correct. Um, Block to hear guides. Um, if you're talking about physically hearing them, if you're having a block, I saw that question about hearing. You do have ear chakras. I haven't done a lot of work with that because I'm not clairaudient and I don't really want to be. But if you actually want to physically hear them, I mean, there is work you can do, but I just don't really have the answer for that. So everyone, just remember, because I keep seeing questions in the wrong format. You have to ask about something that you are blocked with, and something that you need to work to manifest. Okay, so Nancy, so you've been applying for your nonprofit. You got the state accomplished. Excellent. And okay, so let's see what's blocking you to getting that 501. Okay, so let's see. It's coming. I really feel like it's coming. I know it's probably not coming fast enough, which I know is so frustrating, but like I just feel like it's coming because it's serving a higher purpose. You know, you when you contribute to the planet, the universe supports it, but sometimes it's not fast enough. Oh, you're welcome, Cheryl. Okay. All right, let's take a look. Oh, interesting. Interesting, interesting. Okay. So your situation right now, Nancy, with getting that 501, you get the angel of independence. Yeah, you are very independent. But now you're looking for some support, right? So let's keep going here. What would your wish bring you? Journeys. So like new journeys, new adventures. Yeah, I can see all of that. Um, your blocks, I pulled two different cards. So you're being affected by the coronavirus with this. Okay, so the people that need to get all this stuff processed, they're being affected by the pandemic. Um, I'll I'll fully explain. So for your blocks, you get leadership. And so I said, wait, is there something with her leadership? And I got from my guide, no, no, no. The leadership that's in place that would have to be like that would be making the decisions. There's something going on with them. And I said, okay, can you clarify? They're the ones that'd be giving you support, right? The money. And then the next card that I draw is literally the Queen of Cups, my card for the coronavirus. So you're being affected by the people that are in the office that are, they need to be there, they need to be healthy. You know, I think that's the issue. The outcome, though, you get the angel of peace, the angel of peace. So yeah, it's coming, but the pandemic is slowing things down on you. That is so frustrating. I'm so sorry about that, Nancy. I know that's irritating. Okay, so Ruth Ann, what are your blocks to hearing your guides? Blocks to hearing your guides. And like I did say, I know a lot of us say that we hear, but that's really more metaphorically. I actually have only heard a voice once. And that was I was about to get into a car accident. I was at a red light at an intersection, and this voice in this reality said, "Do not go when the light turns green." And while the light turned green, I didn't go. This huge truck went barreling through. I would have been smushed. So that was the only time I actually had a moment where I was clairaudient. Um, so yeah, don't feel like you're a failure because you're not hearing voices, right? Okay. You hear whispers, Nancy? Yeah, some people do. Some people are clairaudient. I am not one of them. Oh, this is really interesting. I like this. Um, okay. So your situation right now, Ruth Ann, you get the angel of transformation. So, in the tarot card, in the tarot deck, this card would be the death card, the card of transformation and transition. So things are changing within you. which makes me think like you're heading in the right direction, but things are changing. And that's actually for the better, I think, in this situation. Um, what would your wish bring you? And I sort of like this. You get partnership, and that's partnership with the divine, hearing your guides, tapping into that divine energy. So, yes, it definitely bring you um, partnership. So, your blocks um, has to do with sadness. So, you get the card of sadness, Five of Cups. So, if you don't feel like it's sadness per se, what I would say is any sort of sense of loss, any of those low vibrational emotions, um, anxiety, stress, worry, fear. So you're sort of blocking out listening or hearing or getting messages or communicating with your guides because you're experiencing low vibrational emotions. You do have to sort of match their vibrational energy, okay? Because most of these beings are sixth density. We're third going into fourth. The Ra that I channel, Palladians, angels, they're all sixth density. So if you're feeling some of these lower vibrational emotions, it's really hard to make yourself a match to them. Um, that's why when people ask me, like, well, how can you be so happy? And it's like, well, because I work with sixth density light beings all the time. Um, it does make a difference. So, advice and action to take. I drew two cards and they're very similar. One is determination and one is commitment. So, you have to be really determined and committed to do this. You have to make it really clear to the universe that this is what you want. Make it clear. State your intention to your guides. You want that communication. And then do the meditative work. Do the meditations. Open your third eye chakra. Call in your spirit guide. And then the outcome, if you do this, this is perfect. The angel of guidance. You would be getting more guidance, right? If you were connecting with your guides, you'd be getting more guidance. So, a lot of synchronicities with these cards. So, I'm going to say spirit is right on with that. Try to experience those high level emotions of joy, passion, pleasure, happiness, love, all of those things. And that'll help make you more of a vibrational match for your guides, okay? Okay, let's see. All right, so Carol, any blocks with your back pain? Okay. I know backs are a wonderful thing except for when they hurt, right? Okay, so let's take a look. Did that all make sense, Ruthie Ann? I didn't see if you commented. Oh, yes. Right, don't be afraid. I know sometimes people think it's scary to, like, communicate with their guides or the angels. It's not. It's beautiful. It raises your vibrations and it gives you such a sense of reassurance and calmness, peacefulness. I honestly don't see any drawbacks to it. Okay, Carol. Okay. So, all right. Yeah. All right. I think it's pretty obvious. This one's pretty obvious. So your situation right now, you're in a state of healing. You get the card of healing. So, um that's good, right? That's where you want to be. I know it's not great to remain in a state of healing. That's really frustrating. I get that. What your wish would bring you if your back was healed, you get the angel of peace. Yes, when you're not in pain, you're feeling a lot more peaceful and balanced and, temperate and all of that. Your blocks, look at this. Here's your block to your back pain, stress. So you're just like the other person that asked about her back. You're carrying like stress and anxiety, worry, fear in your back. And that is real. Energy is real. Emotions are energy. It does affect our physical being. And so you may have to take a really good look at that. Advice for you to take. You do get support, and I did a clarifying card on that one. Oh, good, Nancy. Yes, I know. That's the pandemic holding you up, I'm telling you. Um, Advice is for you to get more support. And when I asked for a clarifier, it was preparation. I really feel like kind of actually with like with the other person, you need like a better doctor. You need a better team. You need to get more support. You can't heal your back on your own. You need some outside intervention. And so make the preparations to get in with a better team, which is going to be hard in a pandemic because I can tell you they're already canceling any of the elective procedures and that sort of thing. The outcome, look at this, the outcome is comfort. Of course, right? You'd feel so much more comfortable if you weren't in pain. That's a lot of validation from spirit right there. You started off that you are healing and that you'll end up comfortable. But I really think that you need to work on getting that stress out of there, that emotional stress, um, and getting a better team of doctors. I know it's hard, especially if you've been with a doctor for a long time, but sometimes other doctors have new ideas, and that would really benefit you. Okay. Okay, so Deborah, um, okay, so your blockage is moving forward while caring for your family. Okay. Yeah, it is really hard. I think for a lot of women, either we have children, I don't, or if you're a caregiver, um, that is really tough, isn't it? So let's see what your blockages are there. As women, we really do a lot, don't we? It's hard, and the thing is, there's only so many hours in the day, and you only have so much energy to give, right? And so when you say, "I'm gonna make myself a priority," sometimes that feeling of guilt can creep in. Yes, women create life, we do. And then I think for a lot of us, we end up also, um, continuing life, because we are the caregivers so often. I think, I've being a dementia practitioner, um, I've done a lot of groups where I'm offering support to caregivers, and the caregivers are almost always female. It always falls onto the daughters, the wives, the sisters, the nieces in a lot of cases. So let's see. Okay. All right. So I think this makes a lot of sense. I think I get what the cards are saying here. Okay. So your situation right now is commitment. You have all these commitments to taking care of your family, to all these other things that have nothing to do with how you want to move on with your life. And, that's not being selfish. It's okay to be a full person with full interests and wanting a full life. Um, what your wish would bring you if you were able to go forward, you get the angel of hope. So that makes me think that maybe you've given up a little bit of hope. So make sure that you're really still sending out to the universe that you are hopeful and, you haven't given up on your dreams. Your blocks. So you get the card of independence. And I think that's really just talking about you're not really independent to go and pursue your dreams because you have all these commitments. So it's like you're not really free to do what you want to do. Um, so then the advice for you, and I do like this, the angel of courage. You have to come up with the courage to put yourself first. And I know that's hard. In the tarot, this is the strength card. So this is talking about you need to muster up your strength and courage to put yourself first, to put your dreams first. Um, that's not being selfish, it isn't. And then the outcome is celebration. You would be so much happier. And that's the thing, when you're happy, the people around you are happy. And so, you know, I know it's hard finding that balance, but make time for yourself. Oh, good. Does that really it really fits? Good. Okay. I know. It's hard to put yourself first. I get it. You're welcome. You're welcome, sweetie. Yeah, you know what, Carol? And you might need alternative medicine. Yes. Sometimes after you've done, I always say do all the traditional stuff. Like, you may as well. But um, I always end up doing some alternative stuff too. Okay, so lucky. Oops. Oh, good. You've started feeling your guides, but you do feel blocked. Okay, so let me just. I try to write down everybody's names that I read for. Okay, let's take a look at that. Um, so I can feel your guides. I am picking up on your guides, Lucky. Um, okay, your guides are really strong, and I don't mean to turn this into a channeling session. Um, but here's the thing: I can do the cards, or I can just tell you what's blocking you, because your guide is actually telling me. Um, there's a part of you that I think may be a little freaked out when you find out who your guides are. Because maybe you're picturing them as like being angels and being like these golden haired things with wings. That's not your guides, because that's not your soul family and that's not where you come from. And I don't know if you have really embraced that part of you. I think your guides are thinking you really haven't. Um, so you have all this Arcturian energy around you. So your soul family is from Arcturus. And if you're looking how to like spell that so you can, look it up later, Arcturus. Your guides are there. They are Arcturian. And much like the Ra, they are blue. Um, and yeah, I mean, some of the best beings have blue skin, right? So they are blue, um, large dark eyes, a little bit spindly. The reason that some of the extraterrestrials are oh, you knew that? See, your inner self knew it. The reason why some ETs look kind of spindly is because they don't need to physically use their bodies anymore. They are past all of that. They live in telepathic communities. They don't have to do physical things. They can use their minds to create physical things. So they get a little spindly. So don't be thrown off that they don't have big muscles. It's just that they're highly advanced. And you saw a blue head. Okay. But see, if you put out some fear, while they're trying to show themselves, that might have made them go, "Whew, okay." Right, and some of them have bigger heads, their brains are big, that's okay. I mean, I've seen beings with, like, flippers and fins and feathers and, cat beings, there's all kinds of beings out there, it doesn't make them bad, it just means that they're different, and that's okay. So, your blockage is that, you're not going to have these, like, beautiful angelic looking guides, yours are Arcturian, and so Arcturians are very practical, they're mathematical, they like geometry, they love sacred geometry. But even though they are so technologically advanced, they are actually very loving and compassionate. There's no coldness about them. And they have been helping humans for eternity. So, they are very much our friends. If you follow my work with the Law of One and the Ra Collective, they are part of the Galactic Confederation, which consists of 650 different planets. So they are on board with the Ra and the Law of One and protecting the Earth. Um, so now that you know that and you can get that visual, um, relax and just allow it to happen. And just know that, first of all, they don't really identify by name. So, like, when I say that I channel Raha Shah, I had to force that name out of him. Six density beings, they really feel more like they're part of a collective. They don't feel that sense of individuality that we have. But you can push them. That's how I get people, like their Palladian spirit guides names and things like that. You can push them. They do have a name, but they just don't think of themselves as individuals at this point. They look at themselves as being part of a collective. And so you can look at them as being part of a collective, and that's fine too. All those Ra channelings, they just called him Ra, and the Ra was the whole entire planet. So, yeah. So, okay. I hope that answers your question, Lucky. Your guides are with you, and they're blue. Right. And you might not get the name because you're going to have to push and force them because they think that they're part of a collective more than being an individual, which is okay. Okay, good. That helps. Yay. I'm always glad to help. Good, Carol. Yes, I do like keeping people's spirits up. Yes. Okay. I'm scrolling upwards, seeing who I've missed. Um, Jillian, that's not a question that I can really answer with this deck. So try to ask about what your blockages are. Okay, so I'm not finding any questions. Either that or it's not letting me go back far enough. So is there anybody? Oh, Austin, Alec, are you still here? So Austin, Alec, tell me if you're still here and I will read on your question. Did you already leave, Austin? Okay, I think Austin left. All right. All right, so I don't see anybody's questions that I haven't gotten to. Um, okay, so is there anybody that I have not read for that has a question? Going once, going twice. Twice and a half. Okay. Oh, let me see. All right, Anastasia. See, I knew there had to be other people. Okay, so Lara. Okay, so let me do Lara. I will do you, and then I will do Anastasia. You have to remember, like, be patient with me because these things go by so quick and they don't make it really easy to scroll up and just find it. Okay, so how can you manifest a like-minded friend group? Yeah, that's so important, isn't it? We all want to be around people that have similar, energy and vibrations as us, right? Um, so let's see if there's any blockages to that, other than the fact that we're in a pandemic. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, this is kind of telling. Yeah, it is kind of telling, isn't it? Okay. So your situation right now, you get the card of challenges. So yeah, it is challenging to find friends, even when we're not in a pandemic, but then, the pandemic just adds like another whole extra layer to all of this, right? What would your wish bring you? Support. It would bring you more support, because we need to have people around us to give us support, at least moral support, right? So, really interesting. Your blocks and opportunities. I chose one card and I was like, well, let me do a clarifier. And I pretty much got the same card. You got choices and decisions for your blocks. So, once the pandemic is over, really make it clear to the universe that you want to do this because you do have choices who you are friends with. You do have to make decisions about how you're going to do this. Um, what I am seeing as I'm reading this, what I'm getting in my mind's eye is that you're actually going to find this group virtually first. So, like, online. Um, yeah, I'm seeing you at a computer finding these people. I don't think, like, you're gonna be out walking the streets trying to find them. I feel like it's going to be, online. I'm just seeing you making connections online first. So, advice for you to take, um, kind of interesting that you got this. And this is another one. I did 2 cards on it. One, you get the Angel of Freedom, and then when I asked for a clarifier, Angel of the Past. So, there could be a part of you that likes the freedom of not being with these other people, um, and either in the past, you had some friendships didn't go the way you wanted, but something about the past and freedom. And so there could be a part of you that's sending mixed messages to the universe that you sort of like actually not having these people around you. Um, so just make sure that you're really super clear with what you're sending out to the universe. And the outcome is love. So I think if you did find the right group of people, you would feel more love in your life. So it's definitely worth doing. Um, but just make your intentions really clear. And, it's interesting that choices and decisions came up. And so, like I said, I am seeing virtual though. I think you're going to find these people online first. I know it's really hard trying to find your tribe, but I think online's a little bit easier. Okay, so let me see. So I hope that answers your question, Lara. Okay, so Anastasia, food addictions. Yeah. Um, that actually made your guide step forward. Like I said, I don't want to turn, you're welcome, Lara. I don't want to turn this into like a big channeling session. Um, but if your guide comes forward with an answer, I'd rather just give you what your guide is saying to you. Um, so Anastasia, you you came to this planet as a wanderer. So you came down as a light worker just to help the planet. Um, you're not really of this planet. You don't, you're only here for this time. I identify with this a lot, being a wanderer, and I think a lot of people that are attracted to my channel are wanderers. I'm glad it resonated, Lara. Um, so you came from a sixth density light planet. Um, so in sixth density light planets, and it looks Palladian, so I'm gonna go ahead and say, you're Palladian. Um, they don't eat. They don't eat. And so you come down to this big, thick, heavy body, right? Because imagine that you're just a light being, and now you're in something that is this dense. It's a really strange experience. And now you have to feed it. And what I see wanderers do is one of two things. Either they don't want to eat because it's not natural, they've gone millennia without eating, or they get to this planet and they're like, "Woohoo, food! I'm so excited." And then they go overboard. And so I see them having this really hard time with balancing. And this is how I think we end up with so many wanderers that suffer from anorexia and sometimes bulimia too, um, because it's just not natural. So my questions to you, Anastasia, is do you have some of the other symptoms of being a wanderer? Do you crave peace and quiet? Do you not like loud sounds, bright lights, chaos, heavy smells, busy patterns, rough textures? Um, do you just crave tranquility? Not that you mind being out with other people, but do you just crave that serenity of being by yourself at the end of the day? Yeah, see, you're a wanderer, honey. Um, and so you're going to have some food issues until you just say, you know what? I made the choice to come down in this heavy, thick, dense body, um, and I have to feed it, and I got to feed it in a healthy way. Yes to all. Yeah. See, another thing too with wanderers, even though this can be overcome, I've seen a lot of wanderers overcome this is that it's not natural for us to speak, to be verbal, because we come from telepathic communities. So we oftentimes prefer the written word. And so, like a lot of us, I had a speech impediment growing up that I had to have speech therapy. Um, so if you come from someplace that's telepathic and now you have to communicate all the time, it's a little strange. And you also may find that this is a big one for me. I don't like a lot of light. Um, Anything that assaults my senses, I don't like it. When people talk about the pandemic causing like a fatigue for them because they can't go out and be with friends and be in crowds, I'm like, wow, I was meant for this moment. My heart goes out to all those people that are suffering for sure because we're all empaths, right? Wanderers are all empaths. We feel all the suffering that's going on. And but at the same time, I'm like, this is great. I mean, I get to stay at home where I have all of my favorite things, and people have to stay 6 feet away from me. Um, oh, yeah, your room is dark and cozy. Okay, yeah, and a lot of you are talking about how this is really resonating. Yeah, I mean, once you stop judging yourself, I mean, a lot of us too, like I'm past the age where they made any sort of diagnoses about autism or Asperger's. But I think a lot of us, we're all older, but if we were in the school system now, I think we would probably be on the scale. When I look at the symptoms of Asperger's and I look at myself, I'm like, but then when I look at the characteristics of wanderers from six density light planets and I look at the characteristics of Asperger's, it's all the same. And so what I think and when I do readings on these children, it all comes across very clear that they are little light workers. They don't need to communicate. They don't need the verbal skills. Their energy is so high in light that they are still adding value to the planet. They're raising the vibrations. Yeah, so some of you, yeah, they never tested for that stuff when I was in school, and especially where I was one of those children that were, quiet. I didn't have the behaviors and I got good grades. Um, so I was sort of overlooked, but I had some real quirks and I still do. So, yeah, I hope that answers your question, Anastasia. I know that sort of went on, but I think a lot of people that watch me are either light workers, they're on their last life, they've gone through the earth school, or they're wanderers like me because like attracts like. So, oh, you homeschool your kids for the same reasons. So what are we supposed to be doing if we're wanderers? We're light workers. We raise the vibration of the planet just by being here. The earth sent out a distress call decades ago, and most beings in the universe didn't want to come. We raised our hands and we said, we're going to come help. If you want to read more about that, read about the three waves of volunteers by Dolores Cannon. She also has YouTube videos. She passed a few years ago, but her daughter's continuing the work. Um, and I know light workers always feel like they're not doing enough, right? They have that light workers guilt, but you are doing enough. Just by being here, you have done more than most beings in this universe. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys are finding some value in this. Yeah, and it's funny, like some people like will really love me, but the people that have there's a Trump supporter in my life, believe it or not. And when he saw my channel for the first time, he was like repulsed. He was like, "Your energy is way too light and bright to be doing tarot. Like you're too happy." And I said, "Because my vibration is set in a way that I only want to attract people that are like me." That wasn't by accident. So if you're like a Trump supporter and you're really negative and hateful and you're not a light worker, you're not a wanderer, you're not trying to make the planet a better place, you're not going to like me. And they're actually like repulsed by me, which I'm actually okay with. Like I've told a lot of my clients, you are not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay. Oh, so Marion, yeah, you and your husband are listeners and not talkers. I love listening. If you want me to be your friend, tell me good stories. Yeah, Blue Jean bringing down the light. Yes. Sarah, you were very shy and hated reading out loud. Yeah, that's pretty normal for a wanderer. Um, get everybody's questions. I think I did. I'm just scrolling through. Okay, it looks like I got everyone's questions. Oh no, wait, Sharon. I don't think I answered Sharon. Sharon, are you still here? Sharon Woodbury. If you're still here, let me know. Because if you're here, Sharon, I will do a reading for you. Okay, so if you want to ask me a question, because I do see you commenting, whatever. Okay, so Sharon, tell me what your question is. And Karen. So I will do Karen. This is gonna rhyme. Karen, Sharon, and whatever. Do all three of you, and then I'll have to leave, okay? But let me do Karen, Sharon, and whatever. So whatever. I love that name, by the way. And oh, so lucky you looked up Arcturian and that's what you saw. Yes, they're beautiful, loving beings. They really are. Whatever. So this is about looking at blockages. So you're trying to manifest something like a new job, a relationship, whatever. Ask me how to manifest that blockage, okay? Like to get around that blockage so you can manifest what you want. So, all right, so let me see. Sharon and Karen. Okay, so Sharon, you don't remember your dreams and you don't know your guides. So let's see what's blocking that and let's see how you can get past that. Dreams and guides. It's funny. The first thing that I'm seeing is that they're all getting into your subconscious. Your dreams, your guides, they're all in your subconscious, but you're not able to bring the subconscious to your conscious. So, all right. That's interesting. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, this is actually making a lot of sense. Wow. Okay. I mean, sometimes these readings are just so dead on. Okay. So, your situation right now, the angel of reflection, you're pondering this, you're thinking about it, you're reflecting on it. This is the Hermit card in tarot. So, you know, he's all about enlightenment, right? Because he has that lamp, and so does the angel. Um, so you're looking towards enlightenment right now. You're looking inwards. You're being more introspective. You're being more reflective. So that's a really good first step, right? What would your wish bring you? Really interesting. Your wish would bring you healing. It would be so healing for you to remember your dreams and to connect with your guides. So, your blocks, I did 2 cards for your blocks. Um, Pretty interesting here that they're very, very similar. So, your blocks is, not having dedication and not taking action. So, you have to make your intent really, really clear that this is what you want to do, and then actually start doing something about it. Um, so really opening up your third eye and your crown chakra, okay? Um, did I just lose a card? Yes, I moved a card over. Sorry. Okay, so advice for you to take, and I really like this. You get the high priestess, the angel of power here, and she's the most spiritual card in the deck. And so she is all about going on a spiritual journey, finding that enlightenment. So really take this time to go within, tap into that high priestess energy. Um, and then what would it bring you if you could remember your dreams and tap into your spirit guides? It'd bring you love. It would bring you love. And so this is worth doing. This is worth doing the work. So it would be healing, right? We got that it would be healing for you. And but we got that you need to really dedicate yourself and take action. All right? And that is going to be through meditation. You have there's no way of getting around it. Um, okay, so whatever. So you're having a blockage with eating healthy. Yeah, that's so easy, isn't it? Um, all right, you're welcome, Sharon. So your blockage to eating healthy, whatever. Oh, that's interesting. The first thing that I'm getting is that you need to change your taste buds. So you need to sort of reset the first thing that you eat or drink in the morning. So really get away from the sugar and the carbs right from the get go in the morning. Um, I think probably one of the best ways to do that is to drink celery juice. Um, I do follow the medical medium. I love him. He has a whole book about the celery juice, and I do that. It will reset your taste buds, and it's sort of like when I lived in Cambodia, and they didn't really do a lot of sweets over there. And so when I came back here, I found everything really sweet because I went a year without really eating any sweets. So sometimes, resetting your taste buds can really help. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting, whatever. So your situation right now is that you're sort of isolated. Maybe you do need some help and some support outside of yourself to make these better decisions. It is hard when you try to do everything all alone. So, reach out. And if there's nobody in your life that you can reach out to, then reach out to some of these books and some of these YouTube videos. And, there's all kinds of resources out there. Don't try to just manifest a change without reaching out somewhat, okay? Because you do need some support. Now, if this is interesting, if you were to eat healthier, all right, what it would bring you is new journeys, new adventures, like more fun and spontaneity in your life. So I think the way you're eating is holding you back. So you really need to, look at that. Your blockage is lack of freedom. You don't feel free. Look at the chains here. And it's really interesting that you got isolations and that right now you're not going on those exciting journeys. Um, so this is all sort of tying together. This is really impacting the quality of your life with what I'm getting. Advice for you to take is action, is literally action. You do need to do something about it. You need to do something in the physical realm here and actually actively change how you're eating. And part of that, I think, is going to be reaching out, getting more support, getting more information. And the outcome, this is beautiful, is comfort. You would feel more comfortable in your body. You would feel more comfortable with your food choices. You'd feel more comfortable about your health. So I hope that makes sense. All right. And then the last person that I'm reading is Sharon. Let me see what your question was, Sharon. I didn't see it. Oh no, Sharon, I did get it was Karen. I'm sorry, it was Karen. Okay. Karen. So what is your blockage to going to Illinois? Okay. All right. So Karen, your blockage to getting back to Illinois. All right. Did that make sense? Whatever, no ID? Ah, so you are actually kind of isolated in Colorado. Okay. Makes sense. All right. So what's blocking you from moving here? I feel like it's all about timing. You are so welcome. Um, I feel like it's all about timing for you. And I'm just getting like this isn't the right time. I'm feeling like it's going to be about a year out. So about a year out. Okay. So it seems like a part of you is sort of resolved to this. Um, I think it is going to take a bit of commitment. It's really funny because I'm doing like a couple of clarifier cards so I can give you like a really detailed answer. Um, okay. Okay. So your situation right now is resolution. And it's almost like I think you have become resolved to this. Like you just sort of accepted it. Like you're not really pushing to try to manifest that change where you can move. Um, which I know is hard when you don't see change happening. It's hard to be like really inspired and excited about change when it's not happening. What this would bring you though, if you made that move, you get the Fool card, and that's all about going on a new adventure, a new journey, having like that new beginning. But you do have to take that leap of faith. Okay, so we're sort of talking about your temperament a little bit and having that faith. So your blocks, I did two cards for this one, Your blocks is action and uncertainty. So maybe where things are uncertain, you don't know which action to take or you're not comfortable taking action. And so sometimes you have to at least get the ball rolling, get the energy flowing, get things going in that direction. Even though if you don't know all the details, it's okay if you don't know all the details. You really will know all the details of how something's going to end up. So you just keep your eye on the end result. And that's where you use the law of attraction, right? Because the law of attraction doesn't expect you to know every single last detail of how you get to what you want to manifest. So, really project out to the universe what you want. I am so happy and grateful that I have a beautiful home, you know, where you want to live and really be really, really clear, be really specific. Do that vision board, okay? Advice and action to take. So funny. I did one card and then I got the second card, and I don't know if you can see, but they literally both say commitment. Okay. You both cards are commitment. So you have to be so committed to doing this. You can't be wishy-washy with the universe, right? You have to like tell it exactly what you want. Um, and then what the outcome would be if you got what you wanted would be a new home. So just be really specific with the universe. Tell the universe exactly what you want. Don't give up. You know, that the card of resolution doesn't mean that you don't have to fall into that trap where you've given up hope and faith. Um, so you're going to have to use a law of attraction, I feel, because you need to get your energy going in the right direction and you have to take some action, take some steps towards there. Okay. All right, everyone. I have to go. I've been doing this for a long time now today. I've been reading since 9 a.m. this morning. All right, everyone. I will be doing the Raha Shah channeling tomorrow. Um, okay, you're welcome, Karen. So that'll be tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. And I hope to see all of you there. Have a beautiful Saturday night, everyone. Bye.